everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a mid-month check-in on our October budget. We're going to look at our variable expenses and see if what we had budgeted for is what we're actually spending, or if we're over budget or under budget for halfway through the month, which is something I need to work on doing, so that's what we're doing today. So yeah. Okay, so let's just go ahead and dive into the spending check-in. So this month I had a total spending budget. This doesn't include my debt, my normal debt payments. It doesn't include my fixed expenses like rent or electric bills. This is simply the spending money I have for groceries, subscriptions, and any other spending category. I have a total budgeted amount of $1,695. Which means that for the first 2 weeks of the month, I was only meant to spend $847.50. So I put this spending tracker together. I don't know if I like it yet. I'm playing around with it and seeing what works for me, but I just wanted to do a little check-in. So here on the left, I have all of my spending categories. I have the total budget for the month, which is the full month, and then I just divided it into two to make a half a month budget. So I did this budget yesterday. So it's a little tricky because the month has 31 days. So if I'm counting for the whole month, it's slightly less than half of a month. So I'm gonna have to figure that out too. I'm figuring this out as I go along. We are learning together, but this is what we're starting with. So I've already filled it in compared to, I've already filled these columns in, and I just wanted to review it with you guys. So for groceries, I budgeted $900 for the whole month, which means half of a month I should have only spent $450. I was over that amount. I've already spent $528.51 on groceries so far for the month. And then here I'm just doing some little like percentages. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not, but that means I've spent 59% of my total budget for the month, and I have $371.49 left in the budget for the month. So I think what that means is for the rest of the month, I need to tighten up on grocery spending. And I have some ideas. I think the real issue is I did my Costco stock up on the first of the month, so that really blew the first half of the month up in terms of how much I spent for that part of it. And for the second half of the month, I'm not planning on doing any more huge stock ups. And I have some ideas for kind of some more budget friendly meals I can make that I'm going to try to make, and hopefully they'll work in terms of keeping to our budget. So that is my plan for the rest of this month. A little bit more soups and stews and a little bit less, salmon and steak. And not that I don't think we even had steak this month, but or we did. I think my husband loves steak, so I think this time I got steak and it was expensive. So anyway, yeah, gotta cut down on groceries. For subscriptions, I have $50 budgeted for the whole month, which means $25 for the first half. We actually spent around $15, so we're under budget. We've only spent 30% of the total monthly budget on subscriptions, leaving $35 left in the month. And I will have to see, I think $50 was a little bit generous. I actually have to add up all of the only subscriptions I have at the moment are just Amazon Prime channel subscriptions, because we watch a lot of, I love watching like European detective shows and things like that. And my husband watches movies too, so we use those a lot. But we could probably do with canceling one or two of those as well. And I don't think I have any other monthly recurring subscriptions. So for furniture and decoration, I budgeted $0 and I spent $0. So that is good. On track there. For clothing, I budgeted $100 for the whole month, which means $50 for the first half. We actually spent $88.42 already, and that was for my son's new pair of shoes and for a disastrous Poshmark order where I ordered something and got it shipped to the wrong address and I can't really cancel it or get it refunded. So I basically wasted a bunch of money there for no reason on nothing. But that means we've almost used up the budget. We're at 88% of our monthly budget, which leaves only $11.58 left for clothing. So hopefully no other clothing expenses pop up. Oh, and there was also one little t-shirt I got for my son for a school thing. That's in there too. For this kid's school expenses, I budgeted nothing and I spent nothing there. I could have put the t-shirt under there, but anyway, it was clothes, so I put it under clothes. For kids' fun, I budgeted $50, $25 for the first half of the month. I hadn't spent anything specifically on kids' fun for the first 2 weeks, so I put $0. We still have the full $50 left in the budget, and I'll probably be spending that on Halloween related things. For gas, I budgeted $30, which is $15 for the first half of the month. I haven't spent anything. I haven't needed to fill up my tank just yet, but I will probably this week. So we'll see. It's a small tank, so it shouldn't be too pricey there. For eating out, I budgeted $100, which is $50 for the first half of the month. I did not spend anything on eating out so far this month at all, which is exciting because it means I have $100 left to splurge on something fun at some point this month. But I think we kind of overdid it with the Costco snacks at the beginning of the month, and I just haven't been in the mood for junk food lately because we really don't buy 3 huge bags of chips at Costco and expect them to last the whole month because everyone's going to eat them within 2 weeks. So I got to figure that out. Someone in the comments last time recommended hiding some of them in the room, in like my bedroom. I might have to do that because yeah, that was just a bad experiment with Costco. For coffee, I budgeted $15 for the month, $7.50 for the first half. I haven't spent anything on coffee, so I still have my coffee budget left. For beauty and bath, I budgeted $50, $25 for the first half. I have spent 86% of the budget, $42.83 on, some shampoo, some body wash, some hair dyes. I dye my hair at home and some other things. So that leaves $7 left in the budget. For that, we're definitely keeping the budget tight this month because, as I covered in my last video, my husband is out of work at the moment. So we're only on one income for now, although he has transferred some money to me anyway, but I'm trying to not count his money until he gets something else. So we're really trying to keep it really tight just to stay safe on that. For exercise, I canceled my yoga subscription, so I spent nothing. We have nothing spent for exercise. For birthdays, I budgeted $50. My mom's birthday, we're celebrating later this month, and I haven't bought her anything yet. I may keep it really small on that actually, so we may be under budget. I'll probably just get her some flowers, and then my daughter wants to like bake her a cake, and I think that will be more meaningful than a random $50 item. So that's what we'll do there. For holidays, I budgeted $50. I haven't spent anything specifically, but I will be spending some on some additional Halloween related expenses. We still need to get some big pumpkins and get my son his Halloween costume. My daughter already has hers. So that will probably wind up spending some money on that and some candy and things. For family activities, I budgeted $150 for the month. And technically the first half of the month is $75. I have already, I've already spent this. So we went to the zoo. So I budgeted $150 because I knew we were going to the zoo. So that whole expense was $133.74 for the tickets to the zoo. But we technically still have $16 left in the budget. I just said $150 to be a little bit over that and keep my numbers round. So if anything, maybe that'll balance out one of the other categories. I'm not planning to spend anything more specifically on family activities this month. So that's good. For car maintenance, nothing. For dog care, I budgeted $50. I spent $32 for the whole month, $25 for the first half. I spent $32, so 65% of my total budget, leaving $17 left in the budget. for some dog toys, and then I'll probably wind up spending this on dog food, so I guess that was a good budget. For vacations, nothing, nothing, nothing. For other expenses, as like a fudge fund, little slush fund for covering random other stuff, I budgeted $100, which is $50 for the first half of the month. And my husband did wind up buying some more vitamins. He's on a vitamin buying spree lately, which is kind of silly to me, but anyway. He's bought some more vitamins for $22. So, but that is, I guess, budgeted for. So we only spent 23% of that $100 hedging fund, and we still have $77 left to cover any random extra expenses. So that means out of, so I should have spent around $847 for the first half of the month. I wound up spending $864 for the first half of the month. But we're pretty much on track. We are around, we've spent around 50% of our budget. We're not really going too far over, maybe like an extra $20 over. I'm really happy that we're pretty much on track with that. The main category that I overspent in is groceries. As usual, my family is just we have to eat, so, and I'm not very, I could do a lot better planning and get that down more, but we can afford it for now. So we're on track with our spending so far this month as of week 2. And I don't know if I'm going to keep this tracker. I was just trying to do like a first half check-in kind of thing. I'm also did not put my income or fixed expenses on this mid-month check-in because that's a little bit more predictable. I just really want to focus on controlling my variable expenses because that's where I tend to get out of control on my spending. So this is just my little accountability check for the mid-month, and I'm happy to say that we are on track so far. And yeah, that's my little mid-month update. And then I did want to throw in my little fall book recommendation. So I've got this one from the library, Tana French, Into the Woods. This is the last book that I've read every single other one of Tana French's books, and they're just such a cozy, they're not really cozy, but they're very atmospheric mysteries set in Ireland. And I just love the way that she constructs all of her plots. They're so logical, and all of her characters have such believable personalities where you really feel like you get to know them. And then with her books, the main character in one of her books they only have one main character per book. So one of the side characters in this book, like the other detective or some other person, is then the main character of the next book. So you get to, and all of her main characters have such really good personalities, and they're so you really get into their heads and you feel, all the things they're feeling. And in the meantime, you get to solve these very like atmospheric, like very Irish, which I don't know that much about Ireland, but it's just so fun to like get in and feel the place and feel the mysterious vibes. And I just love that. So that is my little book recommendation for the month. And I would love more recommendations I love mysteries and detective novels. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love those. So if anyone has any recommendations for good books, please leave me a comment and I will be super excited to check those out. I go to the library like every week, just finding fun books. So that would be awesome. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back again. I have some more ideas for videos, and I appreciated the people who responded to the poll I posted for things you'd be interested in seeing. So I have some good ideas, and I can't wait to make those happen. So I'll be posting more soon, and good luck with your budgets. Let's stay on track. Let's not go off, off the rails, and let's finish off October strong, last quarter of the year, and let's finish out 2023 on the best foot possible. So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining. Bye, guys.